The Emperor Prasenjit was a Bhojan Bhatt. A Bhojan Bhatt meaning is gluttonous man. It was as if his whole soul was in his tongue. Eating, eating, eating. Food, food, food. Sleeping, sleeping, sleeping. He would eat so much that he would always remain ill. He would eat so much that the doctors would always be there to attend to him. His body also become obese. The glow and shine of the body also vanished. He would like a dead body. He would like just a dead body. He would eat so much. One day when Buddha came to his village, the king Prasenjit went to listen to him. He must have had to go because the whole village was going, and if the king of the village did not go, what would be people says? The people would think that the king was irreligious. In those days, king had to show that they were religious. Otherwise, the prestige would be lost. There would be a lose. The people came to know that the king was irreligious. The king was irreligious. The king's respect would diminish. So he must have to go on. He must have had to go. But before going, Buddha had to listen for an hour and a half. For how long Buddha spoke? He had to stay there for so long. He ate his heart's content. You will not get to eat for so long. He ate heartily and went. And sit in satsang. He was a king. So he sat right in front of God, in front of Buddha, for listen Buddha's words. And as soon as he sat down, he started dozing off. Because he eats so many foods. He had no time. He had neither come to listen to Buddha, nor was he is in position to listen. He had eaten so much that he started swing. Others were swings in a pleasure. He started swing in sleep. Buddha says he felt a pity for him. He saw him dozing off and said, Maharaj, do you want to waste your life like this? You should not wake up. A lot has gone, a little is left now. Come to your sense. Food is not life. Food is not life. Do not waste this supreme opportunity like this. Then Prasenjit said, Bhante, I agree that all the fault is of food. Because of it, may health is always bad. I remain drowsy. I am also surrounded by negligence and laziness. And I do not see any way to get out of this. All the fault is of food, O Lord. Buddha said to him, "You fool, how can the fault be of food? You are shifting your fault to food. Food does not forcefully take over you. Keep this in mind. We also do the same. We shifted the blame to others." One little story I tell you. A man was brought in a court because he beat up a policeman. And he was brought to a court. He was swings and staggering, intoxinous. The magistrate said, how many times have I explained to you, give up drinking? He said, sir, it is all the fault of alcohol. All the fault of alcohol. Because of this alcohol, this poor policeman has been beaten up. It is all the fault of alcohol. Absolutely right. How can be a blame be of the alcohol? But we shifted the blame. No man takes the blame on himself. And the one who takes the blame on himself, revolutions happen in his life. He said to Buddha, Bhante, it is all the fault of food. Because of this, all the confusions is happening. There is no way to come out of this. Buddha said, how can the fault be of the food? It is the fault of the perceptions. It is the fault of the perceptions. You know that your health is deteriorating. You know that you are getting lazy. You know that your life is going west. But you are unable to maintain this awareness while eating. You have this awareness after having your meal, but you miss it while eating. So Prasenjit asked, what should I do? God, Buddha, what should I do? Buddha said, you may not be able to do it. I see that you have become a very naps. So Prasenjit's bodyguard was standing near him. The bodyguard name was Sudarshan. Buddha said, Sudarshan, what kind of bodyguard you are? This part of body has gone bad and you are a bodyguard. You are doing a great service to your empire. Wow, bhai. Remember this. And when Prasenjit sits down to eat, stand right in front of him and keep standing right in front of him and keep reminding him to remember what Buddha had said. Do not miss it. Do not miss it. It is your work. You are a bodyguard. Then Sudarshan start his work. When Prasenjit was sitting for dining table for eating food, he stand next behind him. Because he must have been a very courageous man. Because Prasenjit would get very angry when he was reminding in between. When he started eating too much, he would say, remember, remember. What is God said? What is Buddha said? Then he would say, stop talking nonsense. What did God says? What did Buddha says? We will think later, but he would not listen. He kept on reminding. Sudarshan kept on reminding. Kept on being reminded slowly, and it start showing result. Slowly start showing result. The root face keep coming going. A make start appearing on the stone. With constant practice, the dull witted, because the intelligence little by little has started to understand. He used to get angry. Then he would also ask for forgiveness from Sudarshan, saying, no, what was your mistakes? Then Sudarshan says, look, I will have to answer to the Bhagwan. I will have to answer to Buddha. Bhagwan means Buddha. And many times the news had come from there that Sudarshan should give the news. So the Prasenjit becomes more scared, because Bhagwan stayed in that city for 3 months. When Prasenjit came back, he was a different man. The glow had returned to his face. The brilliance had returned. He thanked to Bhagwan a lot. He also thanked to Sudarshan a lot. He married his daughter to Sudarshan and gave him half kingdoms. When he came to the Bhagwan again and transformed a full of immense grace, the Bhagwan said, this verse health is the greatest benefit. Contentments in this greatest wealth. Face is the greatest friend, and Nirvana is the greatest happiness. These words amazing. The word is very amazing. The English word health does not have that meaning. Health meaning freedom from all diseases. Health means freedom from all diseases. It includes diseases of the mind. It includes diseases of the body. It includes diseases of the soul. The world health is very vast. You can be said have to attain health only when all your titles are lost. When there are no limits left on you. Health is the greatest benefit. So Buddha repeatedly says that I am a doctor, a physician, and I have come to give you health, not to give you principles, not to give you the philosophy. Health is the greatest benefit. Health is said to be the ultimate benefits. So it will be definitely not be physical. health only. When the person becomes free from diseases, all lives mental, spiritual, and the biggest diseases is unconsciousness. The biggest diseases is unconsciousness. Health is the greatest benefit. Contempt is the greatest value. And the one who attains the health also attains a contentment, because where there is health, there is a contentment. Where there is no disease, how can there is a dissatisfactions? There even the smallest things starts giving enough. A little food satisfies you a lot. If you get a little, you get a lot. You start finding a vast in the trivial. Contentment is the greatest wealth. Truth is the greatest friend. And nirvana is the greatest happiness. Nirvana means emptiness. First diseases are eradicated. Then gradually the ego that lives is the centers of all diseases. When all diseases are eradicated, then gradually the ego also falls. When there are no pillars to hold it, then the building of ego falls. The state that is formed and that a moment is called Buddha, Nirvana. Nirvana is the greatest happiness. And Nirvana is the greatest happiness.